Oh, yes, it has been announced. Power Rangers is going to Disney Plus for the first time ever. Now, Disney has had their hands on them before, but this is the first time it's going to be going towards Disney Plus. We can take respite in one little thing. They don't fully own it yet. So they are developing a live action. It's always been live action. I don't think I've ever seen a cartoon Power Rangers. Also, I haven't watched Power Rangers basically since Zeo. But they have a Power Rangers reboot with the Percy Jackson showrunners basically taking over the entire thing. And it looks like they're coming back, according to an exclusive report from The Wrap. They're partnering with 20th Century Television or in talks to develop a brand new live action Power Rangers series with them writing, producing, and showrunning. Now, I don't know many people who have watched the Percy Jackson series that's on Disney Plus, but it's basically one of the few IPs that they have that is actually doing semi well. Now, Disney Plus itself as a whole is not doing well at all. So that really doesn't really mean anything, but they're trying to get a giant worldwide IP to try to get some subscribers, some viewership on there because nothing else that they're doing is working. Hasbro, who currently owns the Power Rangers IP, will also be producing the series. This is why I say, they have to work hand in hand with a lot of people at this time because Hasbro, I think Saban, Haim Saban, that corporation at this point, it used to be just a person. They were very good whenever they sold rights, bought back rights, sold rights again. They're just seriously just making money hand over fist. But Hasbro has always held the original IP. Early reports have suggested this will be a full reinvention. A full reinvention. Yeah, it sounds like Disney Plus to me, but aimed at bringing in a new generation of viewers. Well, they should because they did that all the time. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie was a new invention from the original, and then Zeo was a complete different thing. And then what was it, Dino Force? That was a completely different thing too. It's always supposed, almost like a Doctor Who kind of thing. It was supposed to replace itself generationally and generationally. Now we'll just go back to the one that you saw, the one that the theme song that everybody knows, and it debuted in '93. This is my bread and butter growing up, borrowing heavily from the Japanese series Super Sentai. Yes, every time that they were the only things that were shot in America with the actors that we actually know from it. Yeah, that was all shot in America. Everything where they were in costume was literally just ripped and taken from Japanese TV shows. But it's okay. We didn't know any better at the time. We were kids and it was fun. No, most recently, Netflix has produced the first ever entirely US based Power Rangers series called Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. And they did have a movie, not Netflix, but there was a movie that theatrically came out, I want to say in 2017, but I don't have it right here in front of me. And it didn't do very well. Now, here's where we have to talk about where Disney has had their fingers on the franchise, at least for a little bit in the past. Back in 2001, Disney acquired it as part of the Fox family worldwide, and under Disney's control, the franchise produced multiple seasons between 23. And this is where Dino Thunder, okay, Ninja Storm, SPD, Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive, Jungle Fury, and RPM came in. I have only heard of Dino Thunder and Ninja Storm, but I never watched any of them. But apparently those did pretty well. This was also a long time ago, back in 2001, way before Bob Iger had his filthy little mitts into everything. Back when Disney was run semi properly, Disney infamously struggled to maintain the brand's popularity, leading to what many fans considered mismanagement of the IP. And eventually they sold it back to Haim Saban in 2010 for 43 million, a fraction of what they originally paid. Now there are a lot of things that are still up in the air and unclear. Like I said, they have announced their intention. If I didn't say that before, that's what I meant. They announced their intention. But there's a lot of things up in the air. No papers have yet been signed, but they are completely working towards it. So, like, no cast, but they do have showrunners set to write, produce, and direct. It also remains unclear. Another thing is that if Disney, if they're just being the distributor for it, while 20th Century and Hasbro take over all the creative rights. Or maybe not creative rights, but like the creative force behind it. And they're just like, okay, we've got this deal that this is where we're going to produce. Because it is kind of funny. Back in late of last year, right around the time the new year come, Paramount and Skydance were not only developing a new movie, but potentially negotiating to purchase the Power Rangers property outright from Hasbro. Now, this actually could throw something in there which makes Disney only basically a platform for the new series. They're throwing their little horse into the ring. But might actually be because Paramount has had some hits. They're actually doing a little bit better. They're definitely doing better than Disney is. And these are with the numbers that we can actually see. Now, Disney fudges theirs all the time, but with the numbers that we can actually see, Paramount is making little strides forward. And if this is something they want, if this is something that they can make happen, I'm pretty sure that contracts are already, if they're already going into development or have been developing it for a while, those contracts aren't going to go away until it hits the time where, hey, I haven't done anything with it. You kind of forfeit your rights. But it just goes on. This article goes on talk about a little bit more about the Percy Jackson folks, what they have done in the past. It kind of gives you a little bit of a resume. And what we have to end on right here, though, is between Disney's checker pass with the Rangers and Hasbro's aggressive multimedia strategy. The Power Rangers, it was literally a giant grift that got them a ton of money off of merchandise. And that's what they're going to be hoping for. And I think that's exactly, in my honest opinion, exactly what Disney is hoping for is to get those merchandise sales back up. If they can get people excited, a new generation excited about Power Rangers, it's not going to be the ones that we remember or liked or care about at all. But if they can get the new generation excited about it, we can start selling toys again. There's a ton of money in toys. You just have to know how to market it. Disney has not been good in the last 10 years on that. But hey, maybe if they throw their little hat in the ring just for a small little amount. I mean, that's why they're basically taking like a 30% cut into it just to see how things go. Anyway, I could be completely wrong about this. This is only speculation for me, but this is the way that things are looking. What we are probably going to see here within the next year and a half, you're going to hear announcements about Power Rangers coming to Disney Plus. In what capacity, we have yet to know. But this is Multi from Mouth of Multi. Y'all have a great day. Take care. Not my Power Rangers, bruh.